Hello. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Welcome to tonight's team call. I'm so excited to have Evie leading it. I am just popping on to say hi, and I'm going to pass it off to her because she has a bunch of awesome things to talk about and share with us. And I'm super grateful that she reached out. Her leadership has excelled over the last year. I have just seen her grow so much, and I am just so proud of her. So without further ado, here is Evie. Or Evie, I say your name right?
Yeah, it's Evie.
Okay, right, good. I'm like, wait. I'm going to mute myself. I'll just paint your video.
Okay. Thank you. I am really, really pumped to be leading this call. It's my first team call, so I'm a little nervous, but excited to share with you guys because I have, if you don't know me or my journey, I have been a coach for about 3 years now, but I didn't really start coaching actively and just really go on in until like about a year ago. I would say when 80-day obsession came in, that was kind of like what triggered me to just go all in. And then but my journey started, it was with a breakup. I had just ended a really, really toxic 6-year relationship. I was lost, didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I've always been a bit of a people pleaser, a bit of a like putting everybody else's needs before my own, and I always just want to make everybody happy. And when you're in a relationship and you're with somebody who's toxic and who knows how to manipulate that situation, you kind of lose yourself. So Beachbody came into my life at such a great time, because like the perfect timing, because I was lost. I didn't know how to be me anymore. I didn't know how to go after my dreams or put my needs first. Everybody else was always first, and I was always like at the bottom. I wasn't even on my to-do list. Honestly, I wasn't even on there. It was everything else except me. But definitely, like Gabby just said, Beachbody saved me too. Like it really did help me, because it was like I had done all these fad diets. I was always trying something new, trying a quick fix, but it wasn't until my coach reached out to me and said, there's this 21-day program, blah blah blah, and I was like, I'll try it. I'm willing to try anything. I'm lost. I just need something. And I loved it. I fell in love with Shakeology. I fell in love with the groups and having people support me, because I had tried so many different things, but I feel like the thing that's always missing was the support, was group, was that community. And I thrive in community. I am a very outgoing person, and when I found this, it was just like, oh my god. And I've always been a natural motivator. Like I've always been somebody who wants to help everybody reach their goals, and I never really put myself out there. And then when coaching, when they asked me to be a coach, I hesitated, guys. I hesitated for years. I said no for a really long time, until I was just like, all right, well, I guess I should try. And it was when I saw that everybody was earning trips. Honestly, I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to, see the world. And then I was just like, wait a minute, like you can earn trips? You can travel the world, like by sharing your journey and talking to people. And that was when I was just like, if these guys can do it, why can't I? So I'm gonna put myself out there, and I decided to go for it. And it wasn't easy. It was not like, I've been somebody who like consistently hit Success Club, or, like I had to go through a lot of personal growth in order to be here where I am now. And it's been a process. And that's why I always tell everybody, like, go at your pace, because only you know what you've been through in life. Only you know the layers of insecurities or self-doubt or fear that you're going to have to overcome in order to be the person that you visualize yourself becoming. So for me, Beachbody has been just what's made me a leader. Like I never in my life thought I would be a team, like leading a team or supporting people through their journey, until I saw this, and I was just like, okay, I like this. But then I do work full time. I am a legal secretary at a law firm in downtown LA, which means that We have a lot of downtime except for the days where it's crazy busy. So that's kind of how, if you work in the legal field, that's how it is. It's like kind of like low key a lot of days, and then there's days where you're just like you don't even have time to eat. Like, something has to be at court and it has to be done quickly. So with that came me trying to figure out how to build my business, working a 9 to 5. You know, like I commute. I used to commute 4 hours a day, guys. I used to commute 2 hours there, 2 hours on the way back. They've cut it. It's cut down to 1 hour each way, which I am super happy about. But I know to some people you can't even imagine that. Like, you're like, oh my God, an hour each way. That's crazy. But that's LA. That's where I live. This is my home. This is kind of the deal, like what you pay for the sunshine and the beaches. Like, there's traffic all the time. So I'm not gonna live anywhere else. I made my peace with it. But it also means I take advantage of the time that I do have on my hands. So I have a lot of commute time. That's when I listen to team calls. I have a lot of time. That's when I do my PD on my way to work. On the way home, I listen to team calls. But I just want, you to know that it is possible to build this business in the pockets of time that you have, if you maximize your time. And that's kind of where we're going to start this call. So how to connect while working a 9 to 5. It's not like you're going to have a whole lot of like chunks of time where you're going to have like hours and hours of being able to just prospect. No, guys, like, it's in between phone calls. It's in between getting people coffee. It's in between, like, at least that's my job. It's in between, making sure that the mail is sent, like all of that admin stuff. So you're gonna have your attention isn't gonna be totally on here. So that's why I'm talking about prospecting, because it's something that I realized I can do while sitting at my desk. I can't be on my desk on my phone here prospecting like this. Like, I can't do that. Like, I have to look like I'm busy. And most of the time I am busy, but there are, like, if you work a 9 to 5 at a desk job, there are pockets of your time where you're probably online on Facebook, watching looking at a meme or some kind of video, or you're probably online shopping. And let's get real, guys, you can use that time to build your business. You can. And so many people say, oh, like, I don't have enough time. You do. You have it throughout the day. You just got to maximize the chunks of time. I'm not going to look at the chat box because I get really distracted. So I'll go at the end. I did want to make an announcement. Make sure you take advantage of guys. That is huge, because you don't have to wait right now to be able to the ultimate portion fix. You can totally do that. If you are a to-be mindset person and you just are trying to figure out how to still like keep your challenge groups alive with to-be mindset, you could do a little mini relaunch this month and say, hey, like, learn how to eat with my nutrition mindset. Or, if you are somebody who needs the 3-day refresh in your life right now, hey, you guys, you want to do a 3-day detox and then continue with Shakeology? Let's do a 3-day refresh, group this month. Like, this is a really good month for you to really talk about your favorite program and really push that, and really, set yourself up for, what's coming up. Because we're going to have Summit coming up. We're going to have, the launch of Morning Meltdown 100. Morning Meltdown 100. So you can totally set yourself up right now by saying, hey, you know what? They all have $20 off. If you're going to join me, on this next journey, why not get started now? So make sure you take advantage of that. But let's transition into the topic. So first things first, before you can start prospecting, you obviously, if you're a newer coach, if you're not sure about this, have a funnel, because you're going to tap out of your warm market very quickly. If you're doing your business activity tracker, your vital behaviors every day, you're going to tap out of your warm market. The people that you talk to on the daily, anybody who's already your friend on Facebook or on Instagram. I won't even say Facebook. don't even use Facebook. Anybody who's already your friend on Instagram, like you're gonna get tired of talking to the same people. They're gonna get tired of talking to you. So you have to make sure you're always growing your market. This is something that I struggled with for a long time because I was just kind of like, I can't be on my phone like this. And then by the time I wake up really early for my workouts, you know, and all that stuff. And by the time I get home, I'm burned out, like burned out from work, burned out from commuting so much, burned out from my family life, burned out from all of that. And I was just like, there's gotta be something else I can do, really maximize my time throughout the day. So I take advantage of my breaks. I take advantage of my lunch time. I take advantage of those pockets of time where I used to be scrolling and I used to be online shopping, guys. I know you guys do this. A lot of us do this if you work at an office job. I'm calling everybody out because it's true. And so instead of doing that, I'm going to show you how you can prospect using your desktop so it looks like you're busy. But if you know you have that time, why not grow your business instead of scrolling and doing the things that aren't going to move your business forward? Because when it comes down to it, guys, you have your goals. You have your reason why you're trying to accomplish this and why you're trying to grow your business. You're doing yourself and your team a disservice by not using all of your time, all of your energy to really move your business forward. And when you move your business forward, you're moving the team forward. Like it's a huge effort. Like your upline and your downline, we all benefit from moving your business forward. So you're doing yourself a disservice and your team when you're not growing your business. So before we do that, one thing you need to know, if you're a newbie, you need to know your brand. You need to know what it is. You need to know your brand because that's what you're gonna use to prospect. You're gonna need to know, like, you're gonna have to make a list of what are your interests, like what do you like to do on your time, like on your time off, like what is it that you search when you go online, what is it that you do in your spare time, like what are your hobbies? Like for me, I am a Disney freak. Obviously like I love me some Disney. I listen to Disney music all the time. I watch Disney movies. I go to Disneyland. I haven't been lately, but I go to Disneyland all the time. Like that is my jam. So Disney people are my people, and almost everybody on my team loves Disney because I love Disney. So like, and it's good because if you know what you like, if you make a list of things that you love and you use that to find your tribe, then it's gonna be easy to reach out to those people, or maybe those people are even gonna reach out to you. I actually get a lot of people who reach out to me because I talk about the things that I love on my Instagram stories all the time. I talk about self-care, like I buy a FabFitFun box and I share everything that's in that box because I'm hella into self-care. Every Friday night, you better believe I am taking a bubble bath and I am putting a face mask on it, and I'm using something from my FabFitFun box and I'm sharing about it. And everybody always wants to know, where did I get that? You know, and it creates that interest in your Instagram stories. And then like, where do you shop and where do you visit often? Like those are places where you can be looking for your people. Like I am super basic, guys. I go to Target, I go to Starbucks. I am basic AF, like seriously. And like I go to the same places all the time. I'm a creature of habit. I will be at the same places all weekend, every day. Like I go to Zumba on Fridays. You catch me on Zumba on Fridays. You already, like, everybody knows this. Everybody knows that I go to work on Fridays, then I go to Zumba, and then I do my bubble bath. And that's literally me being a baby grandma every Friday because ain't nobody got energy to do anything other than that after a long week of work and commuting. So if you know your brand, you are going to be able to prospect a lot better because you're going to know how to find your tribe. You're going to know exactly what it is that what you're interested in. And if you find people who have the same interests as you, you're able to talk to them a lot easier. You're able to reach out to them and be like, oh, I see you go to Zumba too. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a lot more authentic. Like I hate it when people message me like super gross salesy messages because it's just like, you didn't do your homework. You don't know anything about me. Like, do not try to sell me it works. I talk about fad diets and how much I hate them all the time. You obviously don't listen to my Instagram stories. Get out of here, girl. It's fine. You know, delete. I don't want to talk to you. And like that, we don't want to be those people. Like if that's one thing that I've learned about this business, don't be that person. Like form authentic relationships. Like I have one of my coaches on the call here, Maria. I'm gonna shout you out. she and I started talking because we both like Selena and we both like Disney. like it's what we listened to growing up. It's what we both love, and like that's how we connected on Instagram. So and she's my friend now. Like I'm trying to figure out how to go to her wedding. like, you know what I mean? So like when you're prospecting, you're gonna look for your besties, like the people who are gonna be a part of your fitness journey and who's gonna be, in yours, because even though like I coach them, there's times they coach me, like I'm just like, guys, I need support today. And then they come and they like love up on me. And I'm so blessed for that. I'm so blessed to have that. But that happens when you build relationship and trust with people. And you can't do that unless you know who you are and you know who you're looking for. And that transitions me to know your avatar. An avatar is like your ideal client, somebody that could use, the tools that you have in your toolkit to help them. Like for me, I focus a lot on the ultimate portion fix, because that's what's helped me lose 60 pounds and keep it off. And I'm going for more, Thanks. And I've tried a lot of different things and I don't mask that. I tell them, like, I've tried keto, I've tried all this stuff. It just didn't work for me. I end up coming back to the ultimate portion fix. So like, I always keep it super real on my stories, why I'm trying different things, why we're doing this. But the ultimate thing is that I know who I'm looking for. I'm looking for girls who were me when I started this. Somebody who might have gone through a breakup or somebody who's a people pleaser and totally just doesn't know how to put themselves first. Like people who are struggling with their self-care, women who are struggling to lose 100+ pounds and know that and are ready to make a lifestyle change, not just looking for a quick fix, because that's not going to help you. And I talk about this all the time. Like anybody who's looking for a quick fix is not going to lose weight long term, because like you're not learning the lifestyle. And that's always what I talk about on my stories. And those are the people who I attract, because they are, looking to create a different lifestyle than what they have going on, because they're miserable. They hate their life right now. So you have to know who you're looking for. You have to know who it is going to be on your team, because your vibe does attract your tribe. But you also have to look at who you were. Like you're going to evolve as a coach, as a person through your journey, but you can't forget where you were when you started. Because if you are only looking for people who are in your current state, you might not connect to a lot of people, because anybody who's in your current situation probably doesn't need your help. They've already found something that's worked for them, or they're already doing the things, you know what I mean? Or they're already working with a coach. No, you got to look for somebody who was you when you started, who, for me, it's somebody who wanted to finally take care of themselves, who, was 60 pounds overweight, who didn't believe in herself, who didn't believe her body could do crazy workouts. Like I had so many limiting beliefs, and coaching was really what helped me break through with that and become a leader and become, somebody who felt empowered. And when when you're doing that kind of journey, like you're gonna need somebody who's been there, and that's how you connect with people. Like you have to have somebody who's been there, and you have to be the person who can go out there and say, hey, I've done it, like I can help you, I support you, I've got all these tools in my toolkit, let's do this together. And that's why you need to know who you're looking for, because they are out there, and it's not like they're not looking for something. But if you put yourself out there and you share your journey authentically, then they're going to connect with you and they're going to want to work with you. But you also have to reach out to them, because you'll probably have some people who reach out to you and be like, yes, I want to know what you're doing. But for the most part, like people are just like silently stalking you. They're not all gonna want to reach out to you. But I have had so many people join me because I reached out and I talked to them and I built that trust. And when you do that, that's when you start seeing momentum in your business for sure. But let's get also, I kind of want to show you exactly what it is that I do, because I don't just want to tell you what to do. I want to show you. Like I am one of those people who like, let's take action. I want to show you exactly what it is that I do, and then you can use that to build it and make it your own. You know, maybe exactly what I do might not work for you, but you'll totally figure out what works with your lifestyle in your pockets of time. And even if you don't work a 9 to 5, you might find this helpful if you're somebody who just can't be on your phone. Personally, I hate being like this on my phone. I don't like prospecting like this. This bothers me. I get backaches. I have back problems. I have rheumatoid arthritis in my lower back, and you know, like this is not a good position for my body. But when I'm sitting upright and I'm prospecting from the desktop at work or even over the weekend, I am so much more, like, energetically, I'm so much more available for it. Like, honestly, I feel like it changes my energy, it changes my mood, and I connect a lot better. So I'm gonna share with you exactly what it is that I do during my pockets of time at work when things are pretty slow and I'm able to hop on the computer. So let me share my screen really quick. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I know I talk really, really fast. It's always been my problem. As being the youngest of 5 children, you gotta talk fast or you don't get a word in. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay. So let me share with you. So I want to share first something I do, because people would always tell me, you just need to go on Instagram and you just need to find people. And I used to be like, how the hell do I find people? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Like I'd go on Instagram and I would see, like, I don't know what. Okay. I would see this page here and then I'd be like just scrolling and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't know what to do. But then but then I was just like, okay, let me see what I can do. Let me see how I can figure out a way to, you know, prospect people. So this idea actually came to me when I was looking up hashtags, you know, for my my personal hashtags. I keep a document with all my hashtags for my pre-workout party, for when I'm posting my pre-workout party in the morning. I have hashtags that I hide. I make them small and I make them really like little, and then I wake up really early in the morning before work to work out. I don't have time to be typing out a hashtag every single day. So I maximize my time and I keep these here and I just copy paste them, add them to my Instagram stories, and it has really helped. This is for when I post my gratitude every day. I always post a photo of my gratitude journal, and I use this, and that has helped a lot as well. So when I was looking for hashtags for like my normal posts, I was like, okay, you know, like, let me go on Instagram and let me look up a hashtag, you know, hashtag joy, whatever. And then I was like, okay, there's a lot here. Let me go through this hashtag. Let me see if it's a good hashtag. And then I realized, wait a minute, I can see all of these posts here. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me go. I can see this person's page. I can see their followers. And I can literally prospect people through the web browser. So I made a little game. It's just like, okay, let me see. So I always go through, actually, let me show you something I actually. So I am a Disney freak. I go to Disneyland all the time. So Disneyland is somewhere I always prospect because I love Disney, they love Disney. We're bound to have something else in common too. So they have 7.4 million followers, right? I'm not gonna go through all these followers because Disney, even though you're a Disney fan, some people like different aspects of Disney. Some people like villains, some people like Marvel, some people like Star Wars. So I'm gonna go through the Disney page and I'm gonna look for a post that sparks my eye, that catches my eye and like sparks my interest. This totally sparked, like, okay, this is totally something I would be into. She's plus size, like I was. She likes super girly, like fun stuff. Okay, this looks cool. I'm also very into body positivity. So even though I am trying to lose weight, I really believe in loving yourself where you are and still being okay with wanting to change, you know, the things that, you know, need to be changed for your health or for your, you know, your self-love. So even though I am a coach, I am fully all about the body positivity and that movement, and I love it. So this this catches my eye. So I'm like, okay, she's plus size. She's obviously body positive. She's putting herself out there. I love it. So I look through these photos, and then I see they also tagged the people here. So you can go and look at these people's Instagrams, and you can go and see their followers. So that's the photographer. You can see her and you can see her followers. So for that particular post, sorry, oops, minimize my page here. So I would go back to this and I would look at all these likes here. And then these are all people that like a lot of the things that I like. They like this post. They obviously like that girl. They love her sense of style. We will most likely have things in common. So I right click it and I do about 20 of these at a time. So, and then I go through I open their page, and then this person is private, so I'll just follow her. And then if like she looks young, I'm not good. She looks like a little kid, so I'm not gonna follow her. But you don't just go like follow, because that's just not gonna help you grow your business authentically or help you attract people that are really into what you're into. You need to find somebody, like take the time to actually go through their page. You guys, you're gonna do this when you have, like, obviously you're at work. If you're at work like me and it's a pocket of time where nobody's in the office and you're like, all right, let me work my business, you have the time to look through this person's page. So this girl, she's also really young. I wouldn't prospect her. And same thing with this person. I don't even know. There's a cartoon. She has 0 posts. I would not follow her. But I could go back. So that's why I open 20 windows usually. I didn't do it this time, but usually I open 20 windows and I'll go through it and I'll see who is somebody who I could totally be besties with. Like, that's what I think about. Like, they like the things I like. And honestly, they don't even have to have a whole bunch of stuff on there. But if you see them and you see their picture and you're like, I don't know, I just kind of like her, I'm going to follow her. Worst things comes to worst, you could totally just unfollow the person later on. Like, don't feel like you're committed to this person because you're following them or anything like that. Like, you can always unfollow them if it doesn't seem like they're going to be a good prospect or whatever. Like, I'm really picky about who I follow and what kind of vibes I'm inviting into my life, into my business. You should be too, because you know your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're like, so this girl has like 2 posts, I wouldn't follow her. I feel like I'm getting things. Okay, so this girl, okay, let's see. She likes personal growth. She likes Disney. I would follow her. She likes cats. I like cats. Let's follow each other. All right. And then if she follows you back, that's good. And then like, this is, if you keep doing this, you're going to see that your following is going to grow because you're connecting with people who like the things that you like and are going to totally be into, they're going to watch your stories. They're going to take an interest in your journey. They're going to, like, I've had new people just this weekend who like have reached out to me like, hey, I saw you post a video about a shake. Like, what is that? Or somebody else message me, and because of my like, it's always my pre-workout party video, because I'm a chubbier girl. I'm a plus size, well, I guess X plus size, because I just moved into large. So it's kind of weird. I'm used to being plus size, but because that's always kind of been my vibe, you know, they're always like, how are you so confident? How do you like put yourself out there or whatever? And then that, like, we get to connect. Like, it's like, I tell them it's just about loving yourself where you are and being okay with that space, and then you can move forward with where you want to be. Because if you're gonna like I call it loving yourself healthy, because if you're gonna start from a place of just like negativity and hating your body and all of that, you're never gonna see the results that you want, because you're kind of gonna self-sabotage. You're not starting from a good place, and at least that's, for me, that's never worked. Like, I was always like, at first it was like, I hate my body, oh my god, I'm so fat, blah blah blah. Like, I used to have horrible self-talk, like really bad self-talk, and now I'm like, no, I'm an effing queen. I'm gonna like show up, and I'm like, I have an alter ego. I call her Beyonce, and that's the girl that, you know, I want to be. Like, that's the girl that's good, like already reached her goals. She's like rocked her business. So anytime that I'm faced with doing something, I'm like, okay, what would Beyonce do? Beyonce wouldn't eat this Oreo cookie right now. No, she's gonna like stick to her UPF flag, things like that. And people like can relate to that because they're just like, oh my God, like I don't talk to myself like that. How did you cultivate that? And that's when I talk about coaching and how much coaching has helped me and personal growth. And so there's so many things that you can do to connect with people and really help them get to know you, and you're sprinkling in the things that you do as a coach. You know what I mean? Like personal growth is not something I did before coaching. I thought it was crazy. Like it was just like, why would I read a book about wanting to do stuff like that? Like that's crazy. That's for crazy people. Like I would never do that. And then when I read a few books, I was just like, oh my God, this is what my spirit needed. I needed this in my life, and it made all the difference in the world. So once you start adding those people, that's when, you know, you start building your following. My Instagram isn't huge, but it has grown for sure since I started doing this. So when I started, I had 1,200 followers, and now I have 1923. And that was in the span of 3 to 4 months. And it's mostly people who have followed me back because I took the time to find them and follow them. And a lot of them are now my challengers, and a couple of them are now my coaches. So it has been slow and steady growth, but growth overall. And it has really helped me just be a lot more authentic and share my journey, because I'm able to really connect with people who need what I have because I took the time to find them. It's not like I'm just randomly like follow. Like that doesn't work for me. I did that for a while, and I was attracting really like crazy people, and I was just like, no, I don't want this. Like this is not working. Let me figure something out. And this has totally been working for me. But you can't just stop there. You have to get to know them. You have to build that relationship. And anytime someone follows me back, I always go and send them a message and say, hey, thanks for following my journey. Hope you're having a great day. I don't invite them to anything. I don't ask them a question because that's already kind of icky to me. I don't ask them questions. Are they on a self-care journey? Are they? No. It's just thanking you, putting it out there, and starting the conversation, starting the connection. And most of the time they'll be like, you're welcome, I love your journey, blah blah blah, I love what you share, I'm also a Disney fan, or I also do this, I also do that. And then the conversation just starts so much more organically when you do it that way. And honestly, I feel, because I don't feel icky, I don't like, before I just felt like so many people were like, yeah, I just cold invite and whatever, and that just doesn't work for me. Like I'm not a cold invite kind of gal. I've tried it and I hated it. It just didn't feel well energetically for me. And if you know me, you know I'm all about the energy. I'm all about I like making things fun. The minute something's not fun, I stop and I reassess, and I'm like, no, like you want to make your business fun for you, because if you're like coming to work at your business and you're just like terrified, or you're just like super scared to even like send an invite, it's because your energy is not where it needs to be. What kind of energy are you going to give to the people that you're reaching out to? No, like give yourself, like, coaching has changed your life. You know how much it's helped you. You are sharing a gift, because to me, coaching was a gift. Coaching was what literally saved my life. It like Beachbody got me back to my faith. It helped me stop drinking, because I was borderline alcoholic, guys. I was so miserable when I started. Like it has literally saved my life. I would be doing a disservice not sharing this opportunity with somebody, because it has transformed me into somebody I never thought possible. Like I'm getting teary. I'm gonna cry, because it really has made such an impact in my life. But make sure that you take advantage of your time and use it wisely. If you are not moving your business forward and you say you don't have time, it's because you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to the little pockets of time where you could be working, whether it's your lunchtime, whether it's your break, whether it's maybe you're waiting for your kid during, his soccer game, baseball game. You could be totally connecting. You could be totally following up. And it's about making the most of it. And also, one thing I want to say is preparing. Sunday, just like you meal prep, you need to business prep. You need to have a game plan before the week starts, because you can't invite if you don't know what the heck you're inviting to. It's not going to be as authentic. It's not going to be as fun, because whenever I have a boot camp starting or something starting, I am excited about it. I'm launching something. I go all in my groups, and I want them to feel that energy when I'm inviting them. So one thing I use is the Rise Up planner. I know everybody's different, but this has been a major game changer for me because it has a really good marketing plan section. So it has like, let me see. So each month you get to start, and then it has like a calendar, so you can, you know, goal set here, and then you plan out your month for, you know, your business. And then right here is where you get to keep track of all of your enrollments, everyone who has joined your business. And here's where you get to, you get to goal set, like how many invites are you going to send, how many, I don't know if you can see it, I'm sorry, how many coaching invites, how many customer invites, like they get really specific about the stuff, like how many business opportunity invites. Yes, by Moira, I don't know. She was on the national weight. It's only $20. Yeah, it's only $20. It is really awesome. It was like one of the best things I did. And then then it has a place here for you to write all of the people that you're gonna invite. So there's no, like, if you're rushing in the middle of your lunch break, like this has been a game changer for me. I literally have my list ready of people that I'm gonna invite to my group. They are here. So I'm just inviting. I do a video. Hey girl, how are you? I really, you know, I really loved your I really love your Instagram, blah blah blah. I want to invite you to my group. We're starting this, and then I literally just pick 10 people off of this list and I send it to them. It's the same video, but I'm inviting them authentically because they're people that I prospected. They're people who have, you know, who I am connecting with, and they're already at that stage where I want to invite them to the business. So I literally just have crossed off 10 people each day, 10 people, 10 people, and it takes out the fear to me, at least for me. Like, I'm just like, no, it's like I'm inviting them. They're there already. I've already connected with them. They're on my list, and it's not scary because you've already talked to them. They're people who have been following you, and if they're following you and they're watching your stuff, they're curious. So unless you ask them, they most likely will never reach out to you. And what a sad thing, like, because I think of my team and I think of the people in my groups and I think of how much they've changed. And if I hadn't had, I guess you could say, the balls to like reach out to them and just be like, hey girl, like, I got this group. You want to join me? Let's do this. And they say yes or they say no or not yet. And then you just got to do it. And if you're a new coach, I highly recommend this book because it shows you how to create a business plan of action for your business for each month. And literally, if you use this for a year, you'll be really successful. And I do use the weekly tracker because it does help you keep track of like things that you want to do, but I also still use the Success Club tracker because this helps me figure out what to do on a daily basis. So even though this has a daily tracker, I use it more like for, oh, I want to do an Instagram story every day, or I want to make sure that I check in with my challengers every day or something like that. But this is number one. This is key. No matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter how many Q